What's good, man? It's OG Drip, this channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And check this out. I might not be the smartest man in the world, but I'm damn sure like the dumbest. Now, when I say that, man, I mean this right here. Now, let me tell y'all something. If you ever notice, if people up here, pushing bull or just pushing some type of agenda, they get exactly what they need, exactly where they need to be at in the algorithm or anything. It ain't even got to be that. It could be just something that's just non-educational, period. But how come when every time a week go by or 2 weeks go by like that, I see a significant drops in subs without nobody actually unsubbing? Now, what's crazy is some people might look at this junk and be like, yo, it's because of this and it might be because of that. No, listen, bro. When people know how to say things and get to people without having to put so much of a spike to it and know how to talk to people very clearly and make it down to a common sense, basically using Mercury and Virgo as a ability to make things so common sense that an average individual like a 6-year-old will be able to understand, and it mess up. It's basically bad for business when it come down to, the opposition of how to control the world. So when you got someone that's breaking it down in more than 10 different ways, could break it down through a car, through the human body, how a plant work, all the way back down to an animal, all the way to the smallest, to the giant, to the biggest things in earth, it seems like they have a problem with that. But if you can't break down nothing, but somehow you could just get up there and do this one thing, they will give you, the lights to go farther than I don't know what. Because it's not educational and it's not teaching people something. Now, one thing about it, they like for people to be lost and they like for people to always be questioning things, of looking for, seeking answers. So validation, seeking approval, those type of things like, oh, so I wonder if it is. Let me go see by their books, it actually is. So when you got someone that could break it down to where you don't even need a book, to the things that you could just experience yourself, they don't like junk like that. And it's messed up because, yeah, at the end of the day, I am very, spiritual and strong to see what's going on. But at the same time, y'all, listen, I've been up here doing this longer than 5-6 years. So when I'm seeing things like, view droppings and stuff like that, of course it's going to mess with you as a human. But at the same time, it still make me wonder. Because if you create a new channel, it'll automatically be in the algorithm a little bit more. So at the end of the day, it don't be something what make me sad. It'd be like, look, soon as I'm about to let off the gas, soon as I'm, falling back, now y'all do something that make me react. And this is the way I'm going to react. I'm going to transmute it. We're going to bring it from the little junk y'all got, the little weird mutations of how to, try to mutate or how to manipulate something, to actually taking that same mutation or that same manipulation tactic you use and transmute it. So use it for the better tactics. You get what I'm saying? So I do that. So I created other channels. And y'all see how those other channels work, especially the ones that I don't talk at all about this type of stuff. So it's very weird where when you try to just have a freedom of speech, it's not actually used like that. Now, what's so offensive about someone just teaching you, hey, the Great Spirit is what we all was trying to indicate, but we just had different forms of the way we seen it or the way that we called it. That's what started getting people lost into these other stuff, and then started getting lost into history or either science and stuff like that. So of course they're going to be mad when you got someone telling you like, yo, look up, bro. It ain't no damn planets. Let's look up here. It ain't no planets. It ain't nothing but those little dots you see. And them ain't actual stars. So when you got someone breaking that down and telling you, hey, you can use the same system that they made, go to the Google, see that these satellites look like, appear like stars from miles away, from this many miles away. You get what I'm saying? So when you go through simple things like that, breaking down derogatory things where they try to make everyone clean inside or white inside, which is like Apple, this type of stuff here, how they copy Arizona can, use that bird and put it in a Freemasonic lodge, and I forgot what it's called, but yeah, y'all know how they do these things, right? So when you got someone that's able to break it down to see where they're going from now, they don't like that. So I get exactly where they coming from with that, man. So at the end of the day, y'all, this is how they push things. So they could always push an agenda where it'll have someone that has a big weak spot. Like they'll be a Pan-African. So of course they got a lot of racism, so they might not be able to get to the point where they want to get to. When they see someone like me, I don't have none of that. So I could be friends with a Mason. I could be friends with a Pan-African. I could be friends with a Christian. I could be friends with all of these things. And if all of us have certain keys and certain points, we'll be able to get to having a better, drawn out map of what's to go, what's to come. And that's without them getting too lost into things. So the way that they break it down, they'll just find a way spiritually to be able to break it down without getting too lost and having us going against each other. It's just like the red pill community. It's just like the blue pill community. It's all these different places. All these different things going on was keeping us against each other. So we'll see the divide and conquer, but they don't let no one, like, you know, that's speaking on that type of stuff speak. So you'll see the algorithm play a little funny method. You'll see them like, come on, bro, it don't make sense. Y'all liked the video. Y'all gave me 6 likes on a video, right? And it said 16 views. It said every one of y'all basically watched over 5 minutes of it. So what is the excuse for it not to be pushed? We need to know. You get what I'm saying? And it's messed up because y'all see people that we got actual charismatic gifts, and these people will use that against you. So instead of them using that, they'll use where somebody got liking it. You know why? Because there's a lot of people that knows they're not a shit in life. To be honest, y'all, that's just what it is. And when they see people that they seem like it's too hard to beat them, they don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? They want for people to be in the same boat as them. So if it ain't about teaching and all that, they ain't trying to learn something they don't really know like that. They'll rather keep seeking questions when they get to things like that, but not for them to know at the moment or all moments when it's happening. You get what I'm saying? They want it to work when they want it to work. That's basically just what it is. So when you got people like me that's, you know, actually trying to push something or actually just breaking down to people like, yo, you ain't got to believe. It ain't a belief what we talking about over here. This is something we can experience and go see every day. Even when it comes to miracles, even the things that we can't see, we can see how it happens in life and explain that as, you know, things that happen and be happening for a reason. So a lot of times we talk about those things like deeply. I wanted to break down astrology and I wanted to stay on that because when I try to do spiritual videos, this is what I get back in return. You get what I'm saying? I probably should have just stayed in astrology, but look how that is. When you stay in one area, that's just how they want you. So they can still control the niche of how your algorithm actually working. Y'all got to look at powerful people. Look at their channel. They're not growing like they're supposed to grow. Look at the channels that's pushing this damn zesty agendas and shit like that. Not no offense to the people that is, but just look at how these things go versus someone just being like, hey, look, these two is deeply in love with each other and stuff like, man, it's deep, y'all. So it get down to a point where we see a whole bunch of people that's just nobody's taking nothing serious. You get what I'm saying? You can't take certain serious because of how people playing out. So even when it comes down to relationships, of course, they don't even want a nigga talking about that, dog. It's so deep out here, y'all. And I know some people probably be like, damn, why bro don't do videos like that? This is why. When they control